Greetings, humans. I'm Ade, and I'm George, and this is Couscous, and welcome back to the Windmill Full of Corpses. Right. So, Shadowdancer is the first and probably only single off of Dialith's upcoming album, Alter, which is the follow-up to their previous EP, Atrophy, who are the first and second part of an EP trilogy that they're making. I feel like that, did you? No, I didn't. The cover artworks have the same pattern to them. I have to check them out. I feel like this is Monolith, but twice. Because it's Dialith instead of Monolith. Also, I'm not sure if Shadowdancer is a dancing shadow or somebody who is allowed to dance only on shadows. Like with the shadows. Or with the shadows? That's a little troublesome. You can't really grab a shadow, to do that. No, but you can know for sure it's gonna be in sync with you. Fair enough. As long as it's your own. Yes. Huh. So, we're hyped. I mean, no. Okay. Give me the lister. That escalated quickly. Yes. Yeah! Wow! Those who can cast aside their humanity. Deceiving words, I use your command. Harbinger your mind, fighting time. Shadowdancer, forgiveness that goes empty. It only brings me down. Darkness divine. I only ask that you would not let me drown. Answers to splendor. Look to your soul and fight it hollow. Losing control. Shadowdancer, forgiveness is a virtue, but I condemn myself. Darkness divine, the hate we cannot undo inside me dwells. Shadowdancer, darkness defined.
What?
Dude, I'm actually shaking. That was so good. I remember my impression of this band being, they're nice. I like them, they're nice. That is not my impression of this band anymore. So, they are so much more than nice. So, the Oriental thing has been done with stuff like Orphan Land and Mirath and so on that really go into that vibe. And then it has been done more in symphonic metal with stuff like Epica's Dancing in a Hurricane and Code of Life, right? Mm-hmm. They got nothing on this. As far as I'm concerned, they got nothing on this. Yeah. Because the reason why Epica, well, I find Dialith very similar to Epica in sound, apart from the fact that they don't really have screams. Mm-hmm. The way in which Epica came across to me as more was that they're more bombastic. They have a bigger production and everything sounds really striking and stuff. And Dialith's previous two releases sounded pretty humble in their mixing. They didn't sound raw or cheap, but they sound like they're a bit more toned down and more melodic. Mm-hmm. I can't tell if it's the mixing or if it's just the song that's done a lot more engaging, but this just feels like bombastic 100%. Like there's so much energy into it that it tops what I know from Epica, at least on first impression. Like it completely blindsided me. I do feel like they do have that energy amplified from what I heard from them before, but it still sounds kind of like soft and welcoming. Like, it doesn't feel hard-edged and gritty. No, but it sounds energetic. Yes. It sounds big. So the textures are still kind of smooth. That's what I like about Dialith. It's one of the smoothest sounding bands I know. Yes. Smooth. Smooth is the way to kill it. But this song isn't just smooth. It's a smooth criminal. It's not a smooth criminal because smooth criminal is a smooth criminal. And there wasn't anything I saw in here that was a crime. No, nothing about this was a crime. Everything about this is very, very good. So the mixing game, I like that you brought that up. The mixing game is spot on, but we're talking about mixing and sound textures and comparisons with Epica, but we're not talking about any of the obvious things like, what the fuck is up with that drummer? I know, right? Like, that's a bounce to rival Caligula's horse. It is. Very few venture to rival the Caligula's horse bounce. Yes. The Caligula's horse bounce is a force of nature. Well, I feel like what he's doing is well, I don't know if this is what he's doing because I'm not a drummer, but how it appears to me is that he has the sort of appeal through a lot of those sections that you have with a metal drum solo, but it's all integrated in this sort of Middle Eastern, almost kind of tribal pace, right? And so that just gives it such a flow. It's so natural and not effortless, because I'm pretty sure that took a lot of effort, but it feels effortless. It's effortless to listen to. It's not just battering you, it's so smooth flowing. Right, so that part was so interesting because it had the whole drum solo aesthetic. It wasn't a drum solo per se, because it didn't exit the song. But it had the drum solo aesthetic with singling him out, and it interlaced that very well with the Oriental dancey groove, and with drops. Because like you still had the plinky things, whatever instruments they are, that were going with the drums that were giving the very dancey vibe, and then you had some chugs kicking in and hitting you on a headbang for 2 seconds, and then going back. So it was a tease, and at the same time it was satisfying you with sprinkles. Yes. It's so good. Yes, and it's definitely sensory overload. Right. And look, I try not to comment too much on female singers' appearance, but like, it's right there. It's right there. And like, that dance is so good. I'm willing to bet that's practice. I think she even had dancing shoes like ballerina style. I'm willing to bet that's practice. And that it took a lot of work, and it shows. That was really cool. And it goes so well with the song. It was like, okay, you hear this song, this is what you're supposed to do to it. And I'm like, okay, which is why I waited for the drops and then I headbanged. Yeah, it's like, this is what you hear. Okay, hang on. Words are hard. It was like, this is how what you hear looks like. Yeah. It's like her dancing is an image you can hear and the music is a music you can see and it looks like her dancing. Yes. They are correlated. Yes. Very tightly. They are positively correlated, like a correlation on a graph. Yes. I've been learning statistics. This is a perfectly 45 degrees straight QQ plot. straight QQ plot. Yes. Right, so your song is a perfectly overlapping 45 degrees straight QQ plot. That crap. That is plotting image against sound. Mm-hmm. And they find 100% correlation on the 45% degree line of a QQ plot. I like saying QQ plot. I can tell. I'm willing to bet that's what you'll put on the thumbnail. Yes. And then her vocals, because she's actually primarily a singer though, go into the smooth game so well. So I feel like the orchestra and the vocals are what really smoothens everything, which allows the guitars and the bass to still have some of that chug, you know, and bring on that metal energy, but never really break through that immersive atmosphere. Like, you know when George Costanza in Seinfeld wanted to drape himself in velvet?
You know, if it was socially acceptable... I know, you would drape yourself in velvet.
You could drape yourself in velvet, for all I care.
Velvet? Oh, my God.
I don't remember the exact scene, but it sounds like a George Costanza thing to do. Yes. That's how the vocals and orchestra working together feel in this song. It's so smooth. It's draped in velvet. Yes. You guys are velvet. You're sonic velvet on a QQ plot. You guys are velvet that packs a punch. You're like a boxing glove that's made out of velvet. And it's like, whoosh. Right. No, it's such a sensory overload. You have to, literally have to resort to all these twisted metaphors to give something approximating how you feel. Yeah. I remember another inappropriate analogy I was gonna make. Go! Her dancing looks as fabulous as Alasdair's hair and his guitar color. His guitar color? Yes, it's green. Wasn't the bass green? I have to go back and check. I think the bass was green. The guitar was a solar and he was doing the tappy-tappy on it, the white one. Okay, so now that you mentioned the tappy-tappy, to link the tappy-tappy with the vocals and with the plinky things, everything has this vibrato sort of fluid vibe. Like I said in Oceanland, where it feels like sands are doing this. In Ocean? In Orphanland. In our Orphanland reaction. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it does feel like sands are doing this. Yeah, so you get that a lot through the wavy plinky effects of the plinky instruments. I'm just gonna call them plinky instruments because I don't know what they are and because it fits the comedy. And then you have that on the taps and on a lot of the bending that's going on the guitar, and you have it on the heavy vibrato vocal performance. And I think she did that specifically for this song, because as much as I love her vocals, I don't remember any of her previous performances to be very vibrato heavy. It's part of what made it feel so smooth. This felt more jolty, but it was still smooth. It was jolty smooth. It was a smooth jolt. It was like driving on a very bumpy road in a car with very good suspensions where the wheels just go like this under it. In seats made of velvet. What? In seats made of velvet. Yes. You can drape a car seat with velvet. Yes, and then this is playing on the stereo. Yes. Wow, okay, so I think we should probably stop talking. But it's just like, I was expecting we're going into just this chill kind of thing, and just like, as soon as it starts, like, wow! It's gonna take a while to wipe the smirk off my face. Yes. It's gonna delay my upcoming reactions, because we record in bulk, and y'all are ruining our productivity by being too good. How dare you? Yes. I want to listen to this whole thing, and I want to go listen to older stuff too, because now they got me sold. Do it. Are we done here? No. So if you enjoyed this reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells. Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Corpse is out. Very soon. Corpse is out. That word died. Like him.